Alright, how you guys doing today? Today's story is coming from r/TrueOffMyChest. First things first though, I do not support the stance of this user. I just think it's a very important thing to talk about with the climate in American culture nowadays. And I think there are very many ways to combat this, most notably being religion. At least in my experience, I know the Christian religion has a lot of doctrines about faith that make it very easy to combat this. And I'm pretty sure other world religions also have similar doctrines to combat this specific feeling and outlook on life. So let's get into it. If you like the art, like the video. If you like my voice, like the video. And leave a comment. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this. Today's story is coming from user/electronic-story-708, titled, I refuse to date anymore. It's easier to pick up randoms and watch corn. I, 33 male, refuse to date anymore. I've been in multiple committed relationships and was almost married at one time. I've always been loyal to my partners no matter what, and have now been cheated on in all 3 of my last relationships, including my then fiance. There's nothing that'll change my mind on this now. After having my trust and heart broken so many times with infidelity, it's just not worth it. The amount of social media, dating, random chat apps make it impossible to really know if your partner is truly faithful in your relationship, and I'm tired of trying to compete with other men in this stupid game. As a man, you can't even express to your partner any issues you may be having without being emasculated and made to feel even more insecure. At this point, it's easier to just keep quiet and have random hookups or watch corn. At one point, I dreamed of having a family of my own with a lifelong partner, but that dream has been crushed and is now buried too deep to get back. Anyways, thanks for listening, have a great day, and a happy New Year's. And just so you guys know, I typically like to keep my opinions out of the post and just like to read what's there, but this one is so major that I feel like I just have to let you know that I'm not with it. Into the comments. My brother, I hear what you're saying. You have every right to do whatever you feel is best for your life. What I will say is from my own perspective and life experience, that if you're true to yourself and if you put one foot in front of the other and keep moving towards what you want, you will get it. You're still young. There's a partner out there who's perfect for you. When you meet her and get to know her, you believe that she was created somehow just for you and you for her. Best of luck out there and much love. And somebody quotes, a human heart demands to be admired. From Camelot, from Center of the Universe. Someone else says, I'm not single, nor have I went through the things you're going through, but if I do end up single in the future, I'm doing the same thing. I don't have a bad relationship, nothing to complain about, but if I had to start over, I'd do it wildly different. No strings, no roommates, nothing and no one. I can't fathom the thought of dating anybody that are out there nowadays. NLP says, it's bad, man. There's no loyalty, apps can be deleted and re-downloaded, and it's not like you can ask to go through their phone without being called insecure or looking like a controlling a-hole. So there's just no point. And then that same guy says, honestly, that's why I wouldn't do it again. I don't touch others' phones or check their socials. I expect the same treatment. I like my privacy, and if my girl goes out and cheats, she'll find it easy to hide from me. But I'm not mad about it. I'll just leave. I find jealousy to be worthless and an unnecessary feeling. Just dip. I'm told it's because I don't love her. I do very much, but if she goes out and leaves, she doesn't love me, and oh well. In the words of my very positive and charming mother, life sucks, then you die. Wear a helmet. I guess I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum, but still the same conclusion. Funny how that works. And then somebody else says, not to make things worse and sound all mopey, but this has been my experience as well. I logically understand that there must be something about me that attracts people who are unfaithful, or makes them that way, but another part of me that wants to believe they can't all be like this. NLP says, I 100% agree not all people are unfaithful, but they're seemingly very hard to find these days with how our social construct has developed over the last decade. And somebody else says, sorry to pile on the negativity, but that's what sucks. Sure, not everyone cheats, but it's difficult to know who does and who doesn't. People often say that most cheaters also exhibit other negative characteristics like narcissism or selfishness, but that's not always the case. The older I get, the more prevalent this becomes, and I'm no longer surprised when I hear about infidelity in relationships. And then somebody says in the comments, dude, there's nothing wrong with you. There's a crap load of people out there. As long as you blame yourself, you're not holding them responsible for their behavior. And I promise you, they aren't all like this, because I'm not like this. I've had several men lie to me about their age, so am I just supposed to assume that every man lies about his age? Was it my fault that they lied about their age? I also had a dad who was super physically abusive, so am I supposed to assume that every man is physically abusive? As a 3-year-old child, was I to blame for him beating me? Yes, I'm well adjusted, therapy most of my adult life, and also I realize that I'm worked up about this, but I just hate when people blame themselves for other people's behavior. And somebody comments on the have random hookups line, if you can get them. Anyways, when a man passes his 30s, things can become very thin and clear. It's normal to refuse to spend time, money, and energy in this stupid competition just to get crap tested by girls. If a girl is really interested, she'll do her part. I'm in the same mindset as you. I have my interests where I decide to spend my resources. Girls are no longer on the list. If they happen, then it's okay. Otherwise, I have no resources to spend. Ironically, since I started to join this mindset, I got more laid and found more girls interested in me. And then OP says, I noticed this too. When I started going back out to bars where I just sit and drink myself stupid, they suddenly became a lot more interested. It's weird how that works. Somebody else said, not gonna lie, OP, I'm in a very long-term healthy relationship and pretty happy, but I gotta say, if crap hits the fan, I'm going your route. There's a lot of trash out there. It's not fair at all. The game is even crueler these days. Hold your head up, man. And then somebody else said, perfectly legit. I'm married now, but if something should ever happen to him or to us, that's it for me too. No dating at all. I prefer to live the rest of my life alone and at peace. Maybe I'll get a cat or a dog or both, but there'll never be another man in my life. Somebody says, not meaning this in an a-hole kind of way, but if you've had infidelity in your last 3 serious relationships, it kind of seems like you have a type. How would you describe the type of person you're interested in, and what parts of their personalities do you think brings the infidelity part on their end? What parts of them do you find yourself attracted to? This is just an example, but some people who cheat love bomb, where they make their partner feel wildly special and important. Some people are incredibly turned on to this because it feels good, while others might be incredibly turned off by this because it feels over the top and manipulative. Where do you sit? And OP comments, in general, I'm attracted to intelligence and independence, and could really care less about looks or body type. I was never looking for somebody to take care of me in the house. I've always wanted somebody who wasn't afraid to better themselves in their own lives or careers. Have I made some mistakes in my own relationships? Absolutely, I can admit that, but I was always willing to talk things through if there's a problem. I'm a pretty open person, but there's always the feeling of being insecure when you're trying to talk to a partner about certain things. As a man, I don't feel I need my partner's attention all the time, and I respect the person they are. Have I been a stepping stone for somebody else to be where they want to be? Sure, absolutely, and it sucks and hurts, but I also understand that's how it goes. And somebody says, I was going to say the same thing. I've been in many relationships, but the only person who ever cheated on me was a poor choice in partner from the get-go. If it happens once or twice, I think that's bad luck. If it's every relationship you've ever been in, it says something about who you date or how you treat relationships. Someone says, sounds to me like you aren't taking the time to heal yourself of whatever childhood trauma you have. And you just keep picking narcissists because more than likely your mother was one or your dad was one. But someone who raised you is one, and you think that what they gave you was love, so you choose narcissists to be with and end up getting abused and cheated on. You have issues, and either you don't realize you were abused and one of your parents was a narcissist, or you do know you were abused but didn't take the time to cut them off and heal. You shouldn't give up on love just because you don't know what it is or how to do it. You shouldn't give up on finding your person just because your parents messed you up. When choosing someone, you can't be shallow, and you have to see the red flags and not make excuses for it just because they're pretty. And OP says, so you're partially right. And this time I've done some soul searching and came to realize there was a lot of mental abuse when I was a child. My real father killed himself when I was 10, and my mother basically shut down during my informative teen years. My stepdad has actually been one of the coolest people ever, and he's had to keep the household running when my brothers and I were growing up, so we basically raised ourselves and couldn't rely on my mother for anything. Ever since my dad died, my mom's always been about her and whatever she needs, and unfortunately my dad's side of the family are all narcissists. But that's a story for another time, and I cut them out of my life years ago. Somebody says, that's just stupid. Not all women are unfaithful. I've been with my girlfriend for 7 years and she's a beautiful woman. I'm by no means the most masculine man, and I have no issues expressing my problems. Work on your own self-worth, physical shape, career, and women/relationships will follow. Sure, they may just not fall into your lap, but saying, oh, I'll never date again, all women cheat, is just so stupid. And the last comment I'll read, I felt the need to give my thoughts on this as a girl. Most women aren't crap. They lie, manipulate, and aren't worth it. Then there are the ones like me who still believe in faithfulness and growing old with someone, having kids and grandkids, and I'm on my second husband, but because my first husband wanted to sit, eat food, play video games, and cheat. It wasn't until I met my now husband, who was cheated on with every relationship he was in, that I found my love. He was nervous because he felt I was out of his league and was worried about getting hurt for the millionth time. We've been together 3 years and married 1 year coming this February 14th. And I tell him that his feelings matter, that it's okay to cry or to feel insecure. Don't give up. There are a lot of bad eggs out there, but somewhere, someone is your soulmate who will love you so much that it'll change you. I know it's scary and painful, but in the end it's worth it because there's more to life than one night stands and corn. I want you to be happy, and I don't even know you. If you ever need someone to talk to about anything, let me know. You only get one life. And OP says, appreciate your words of encouragement more than you know. Alright, that'll be the end of the story. Hope you guys have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day. Peace.